Daddy. Good Friday morning, Central Georgia. You're taking a live look over the city of Dublin. The time is now 6:30 a.m. here on this October the 7th. Thank you so much for spending your morning with us. I'm Wanye Reese. As Alex mentioned, there's so much going on here in Central Georgia, but the biggest thing by far is the Georgia National Fair. So, Alex, a lot of folks are going to be heading out to the fairgrounds this morning. What can they expect weather-wise?
Yeah, I noticed TJ's wearing his gloves. It's 46 degrees down there in Perry this morning. We saw temperatures in the 40s yesterday morning, a few degrees cooler yesterday morning. Now we're looking at upper 40s, 51 there in Roberta, 46 in Byron, 51 in Jeffersonville, and 50 in Sandersville this morning. Vidalia checking in at 54. The radar picture is quiet here in Central Georgia, quiet all across the southeast. We are looking at more 40s and 50s. In fact, Macon the only 40 on the map right now, 50 itself down in Albany, 54 in Chattanooga, 50 in Montgomery. You take a look out towards Texas, yeah, a different story. 65 in Houston this morning, still close to 70 there in Dallas. But today our temperature is going to do a 180. We're going to be talking about rising into the mid 80s this afternoon. So nice through the majority of the afternoon. Then we get later in the day and it's going to feel hot outside. 85 going to be the high temperature. And mostly sunny skies, warmest day of the week. Sunrise comes your way at about 7:33 this morning. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll talk about the warmer conditions we have on tap for today. The cold fronts, or fronts I should say, coming on through, and the rain chance we have for the end of next week. All those details are just a few minutes away.
Thank you, Alex. We'll check in with you soon. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office says they put a big dent in crime by arresting 473 people and filing 700 criminal charges between May and August. Bibb County Sheriff David Davis says it's all a part of Operation Four Corners. He says it started with them asking people in the community which high crime areas needed more deputy presence. They noticed a significant drop in commercial armed robberies. There were 25 between March the 6th and May the 30th. And only 8 during Operation Four Corners. That's a 68% drop, and it doesn't stop there.
We saw a 39% decrease in the number of shop spotter alerts during this time, and a 24% decrease in the number of rounds fired.
The sheriff says their efforts did not have much of an impact on homicides. He says those tend to be spur-of-the-moment decisions, so proactive policing wouldn't work in those situations. 6:32 now. Warner Robins police are asking for your help after a shooting overnight. In a social media post, they say it happened around 10 last night in the 1400 block of Watson Boulevard. Right now, the circumstances of the shooting is unclear. We are working this morning to get you more information because the post did not have any more info, like if someone was hit, and if so, the extent of their injuries. In the meantime, if you have any information that can help out detectives, you should call the Macon Regional Crime Stoppers. That number, it's 1-877-68-CRIME. That number again for you, it's 1-877-68-CRIME. A judge sentenced 3 men to life without parole after a jury found them guilty of shooting a former friend to death in his own bedroom. Nearly 5 years ago, someone murdered Donald Hardwick in his apartment. Gray police charged Cameron Banks, Justarius Canty, and Jaqueline Clark. Yesterday, the jury convicted them all on counts including murder and felony murder. District Attorney T. Wright Barksdale says it started with an argument over a woman, and the 3 men thought Hardwick disrespected their gang. The judge handed down sentences to Hardwick's killers. Banks received life without parole plus 40 years. Canty received life without parole plus 50 years. And Clark received life without parole plus 70 years. Jones County Sheriff Butch Reese also released a statement on the case saying he hopes the family and friends of Marquise Hardwick are able to find some form of peace with the verdict. Well, this morning we are hearing from candidates who want your vote ahead of the November 8th election. In Houston County, Courtney Driver is challenging the incumbent Sean Blackman for the State House 146 seat in Georgia's General Assembly. So we got a chance to sit down with both of the candidates who want to make improvements on Georgia's state of education.
I'd like to see us moving forward, continue to help our teachers teach the subjects that they're provided in the classrooms, and certainly want to see more things that would simplify rather than complicate the environment.
I believe that all Georgia students deserve a quality education, and that means quality teachers receive quality pay. And so one of the things that I would like to do is I would like to raise teacher salaries to start at $50,000 a year.
We also talk with them about the worker shortage that hit Central Georgia employers. Blackman says COVID-19 could be to blame, while Driver says the wages are too low. This is what they say that they would like to do to help out.
We continue to, I think, do things at the state level like dual enrollment, We see our high demand career initiatives through the technical college system, and you see some of the reimbursement, loan reimbursements like we have going on at Mercer with our rural physicians and our engineers. So would like to see us continue to do those kinds of things.
It starts with us paying workers a livable wage. And that also means that we need to give them the health care that they require to thrive, so that healthy people will be happy workers. And so I believe that that's one of the things that we need to do is pay folks a livable wage.
Each candidate says they offer voters something different, and they hope to use their experiences to improve their communities. Here at 13, we have you covered with everything you need to know before Election Day. Our November 2022 election guide is now on our website at 13wmaz.com. You can find key dates and races, learn about different ways to vote, and more. Remember, you can also just text the word VOTE to 478-752-1309 using your cell phone. Again, be sure to text us, don't call, and we'll actually send that voter guide straight to your phone. 6:36 now. This morning, $1 million is on the way to help replace Baldwin County sewage pipes that are over half a century old. The money comes from a state grant that's being used to improve sewage lines east of Vincent Highway. County Manager Carlos Tobar says Daphne Street, Stewart Circle, and Lee Street are just some of the spots they're targeting. He says the current pipes are old and damaged with tree roots, and it's best to go ahead and replace the whole system. You see that video right there of those pipes. Sammy Marshall lived on Stewart Street for 18 years. He says the sewage line next to his home overflowed several times, and he's had enough.
Yeah. I'm glad they're doing something, because they need to do something. And just like I said, they should have been put that down on the ground, because people over here staying in this neighborhood, you know, and it smells bad when it get backed up, real bad.
Some positive change coming to that community. Tobar says they're planning the project right now and getting property owners permission, and they hope to have the pipes fixed by spring. Well, the fair seems to grow every year, but so does the city of Perry, aka Paradise. The owners of Main Street Bars says that Perry's becoming more of a dining and entertainment area, opening up possibilities for new types of businesses. Now, they opened up last December as the only full bar around downtown, and business is booming. Downtown manager Alicia Hartley says they want to find ways to draw people of all ages to the city.
Anything from our International Festival to Food Truck Friday to downtown sweets and treats. There's always something to do in Perry for the whole family or for individuals as well.
Definitely some great things happening in Perry. Just in the last few months, downtown Perry added new restaurants like Oliver's Perry's and boutique shops like Soul. Our Caitlin Heck will share more of the growth in Perry, but you got to catch that story tonight. It's going to be during 5:30 during our live fair show. So when you get to the fair, be sure to take a lot of photos and text them to us. I want to see your favorite fair foods, rides, or even your favorite show. Text your fair photos to 478-752-1309, and we'll be sharing them right here on 13 WMAZ. TJ?
It is TJ Anthony. We are live at the Georgia National Fair right here in Perry. I'm joined with
Jake here. I'm Luke Lineberger. I'm an ag teacher and at Fayette Valley Perry High School.
I'm David McDermott. I'm the Career Technical and Agriculture Education Director for Houston County School District.
Kyle Diggle, also an ag teacher at Perry High School.
what we have in this week's School of the Week coming up.
Time's now 6:39 here on your Friday morning. I mean, he's got a full house out there for him.
He's also got the cow right behind him. What was the cow's name? I forget.
Was it Hattie?
Hattie.
Yeah,
yes.
There we go, Hattie.
So Hattie is coming up.
We cannot wait to meet her.
All right, let's take a live look over the fairgrounds this morning. He's back there in the farm building that's right there by the clock tower. And of course, the fair got underway yesterday. It was a cool start yesterday morning. This morning, not quite as cool, still on the cool side of things. 46, the current number there in Perry, under some mostly clear skies. We've got 40 up in Blairsville this morning, 49 in Rome, 57 in Atlanta. We are 10 degrees cooler right now in Macon than we are in Atlanta. And then as we get into the radar picture, we are not looking at anything here in central Georgia. So good news on that front in terms of getting out and enjoying the weekend. But we do have a front just up towards our north, going to bring some cloud cover as we head into the weekend. It's not going to be bringing any rainfall, though, here in central Georgia, which we could use, as I've been talking about all morning. Into the day today, look for the temperatures to do a 180, shoot right on up, 80 degrees. degrees by the noon hour. Going to top off at around 85 today. That's going to be right around 3, 4 o'clock. Then once we get into the evening hours, hello cloud cover. That's going to be the front rolling through. Technically, we've got 2 fronts coming through, back-to-back cold fronts. So we'll get the initial shot and then another reinforcing shot of cooler air. And then as we head into tomorrow, the clouds will begin to get on out of here. Probably see a few more through the overnight hours once we get into Sunday, and then again Sunday afternoon in some partly cloudy skies. But all in all, the rain chances non-existent because our air is very dry. We got to look into next week to if we're going to find any. Not going to see any on Monday. Not so much on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we begin to see a system take shape out towards the west. This is going to be a front sliding in from the northwest once again. But the difference with this front, as opposed to the front we're going to see later on tonight, is that we're going to have some more moisture across the southeast. So you're going to have dry air pushing against moist air, which means you'll be able to create some rainfall as it's able to roll through here. And this is actually a new run of the GFS, bringing the rain in here on Thursday. As of now, I've got a 30% chance of rain on Thursday, but seeing this now, that is likely to go up here in the hours and days ahead. In the meantime, riding in the 80s for high temperatures, 85 today, down to 80 by the time we get to Sunday, back to 83 next Tuesday. We did get an update to the drought monitor yesterday. Now nearly 30% of the state in abnormally dry conditions, and this has expanded over the past month or so. In fact, seeing some moderate drought now in parts of northeast Georgia. That's going to be up towards Elbert and Hart counties. A check of the tropics this morning. We do now have Tropical Depression 13 down near Aruba, the Venezuelan coast, Colombia. This is moving due west, though. Not going to be a concern for us here in the United States, thanks to high pressure located near the Cuba area. That is going to drive that right into Nicaragua, likely as a hurricane here in the coming days. 85 going to be the high temperature today, mostly sunny skies. Sunrise is at 7:33 this morning. And a fantastic weekend in store. 82 for Saturday, 80 for Sunday. Cool again Sunday morning, and then in the low 80s each and every day next week. There's that rain chance on Thursday again. Got it at 30% for now, but that's likely to go up here in the days ahead.